that if you have absolutely no idea what you're doing when you're buying a home, you are easily manipulated. You're easily manipulated by the lender. You're easily manipulated by the realtor. You are easily manipulated by any and everybody unless you have someone guiding you. Welcome to Dr. Yetty Real Estate, your favorite real estate agent, Dr. Yetty. And I am back with yet another video. Okay, so today we're going to be talking all about buying your first home. Okay, what's going on when you buy your first home? A lot of times when you purchase your first home, you have absolutely no idea what you have in store unless you have someone that's giving you good feedback, that's guiding you and directing your steps. You have a great realtor, maybe you have a mentor working with you. You may not have the correct guidance. And so today, the purpose of this channel, the purpose of my entire career, honestly, is to help people with the home buying process, especially first-time home buyers. Once again, if you're not following Dr. Yetty Real Estate on TikTok, what are you doing? WYD. And I said, I'm bored, homeowners. What unexpected expenses hit you after closing on your home? I need the tea. And I made this post specifically. First of all, how cute am I? So this was my post. And let me tell, we're going to be going over what people are saying. We're going to be going over what the folks are saying, what the people are experiencing with this home ownership, and we're going to delve into it because if you don't know about home ownership, you will have absolutely no idea what questions to ask. If you have no idea what questions to ask, you are easily manipulated. Point blank, period. I understand that's a very painful statement. Let me make myself big so you can hear me. I need you to understand this. This is a very painful statement for a lot of people because no one wants to feel like they are naive or easily manipulated. But I need you to understand that if you have absolutely no idea what you're doing when you're buying a home, you are easily manipulated. You're easily manipulated by the lender. You're easily manipulated by the realtor. You are easily manipulated by any and everybody unless you have someone guiding you. Like I said, that is why this page has been created, because it is important. If you have no idea what you're doing in the home buying process, I'm looking right at you and I need you to understand that you need guidance. It is absolutely, I wouldn't say impossible, but if you're buying a house in 2025 and you don't have the proper guidance, you just have to pray to God that you have a realtor that actually cares about you, that even when you don't know what you're doing, they will help you through the entire process so everything goes smoothly, because I did not have the same luxury. Okay, now let's get into it. So somebody said property taxes went from $4,000 to $7,000 in 4 years. Our escrow was short, so house payment went up to $3,000 per month. Now, there are a few reasons why your property taxes can jump up so high. It could be development in the area. It could be that you purchased a new construction property, and I'm going to talk about that in a little bit. Yeah, really a lot of it has to do with the property being purchased at a lower market value. And now the market value is significantly higher than what it was purchased for. So for example, new construction properties, when the builder purchased the land was worth, let's say, $50,000. The plot of land that your home is built on right now, if you are a new construction property owner, the plot of land that your property is on right now was $50,000, for example. The taxes on that property is based solely on that $50,000 value of that land, because there was no structure on top of that land. There was no structure. Therefore, the property was built on $50,000. Now, after the property was built, let's say now you purchased your home for $250,000. That is the plot of land plus the structure on top of the land. Altogether is $250,000. When the property taxes get reassessed, it's going to be based on $250,000 versus the $50,000 that the land was. So now the first year, you're only paying taxes on $50,000. The following year, once the land gets reassessed, your taxes will jump up significantly, because now you are paying on a property worth $250,000 and not $50,000. So a lot of people that are purchasing new construction properties, they have no idea. And the builder's attorney, the builder's lender will not tell you this, because they just want to make a sale. So in your mind, you're only paying $2,500 a month. This is perfect. It fits your budget. And then the following year, you get a tax bill that you can't even afford. Why is this? Because the property is now worth way more in the eyes of the tax assessors now that you purchased it. Now, what can be done to avoid this, or at least prepare for this before this even happens? The best thing to do to prepare for it is by shopping around the neighborhood and looking at what the other properties in the neighborhood are paying for in taxes, similar properties. So let's say it's a brand new construction in a new construction neighborhood, and there are houses that have been built already, maybe a year, 2 years already. Maybe 2 years might be a little bit of a stretch, but about 6 months to a year already. Most likely, the owners of the house are currently paying the actual taxes of the house, like the actual taxes, right? Based on the actual price of the house, the market value of the house. If you want to know what your taxes will be, I would suggest that you go and check the records and see how much those properties are currently paying for taxes, and then weigh that with how much you're willing to pay every month. Have a conversation with your lender. And I would highly suggest that you use your own lender. Just shop around for lenders. And if the builder's lenders are better, then okay, that might be good. But shop around for lenders. One of the reasons that I wrote my book was because I wanted people to be able to know that you can shop around for lenders and how to shop around for lenders. You don't want to just pick the first lender, the first realtor that you see, unless the lender or realtor has everything that you need or you're looking for. I would highly suggest that you shop around for lenders and realtors. If you want to purchase a new construction property, that's a topic that we're going to talk about right now. If you want to purchase a new construction property, I need you to understand that new construction properties does not mean that it is void of any issues. If you're doing a sale with a new construction property, I would still highly suggest that you go through the same process that you would go through if the home was a resale. I would get my own inspector. I would do my due diligence. I would look at tax records to make sure that I'm going to be paying something that I can afford in taxes once the property value is reassessed. These are things that you need to know when you're purchasing a property. If you don't know this, it's going to be a problem. So the next comment says 37K on 2 AC units, live in Arizona. That's wild. 37K on 2 AC units. I don't know if that was not picked up in inspection or what. But one of the things that I would highly suggest when you are shopping for a home is that you look at the HVAC. Hire an HVAC technician. Don't just use a regular inspector to say, oh, okay, this property is 2 years old. The HVAC is 2 years old. Don't just do that. I promise you, you don't want to look at the age of the HVAC and go with it. I made a mistake like that. And trust me, I was not pleased. Make sure that you hire an inspector, go with the inspector, and hire an HVAC technician. Hire an HVAC technician to check your HVAC, because an inspector just does the general stuff. They don't know the in-depth things. Hire an HVAC technician to make sure that the HVAC is working correctly. The AC unit kicked the bucket at the tune of $10,000 at the start of the summer heat wave. Yeah, like the HVAC, the AC is one of those things that, if you're not on top of it, especially if you live in a city like Arizona, like this person said, I live in Georgia. So imagine a situation where there's a heat wave like it is every summer here in Georgia, and your AC keeps going down. Matter of fact, the worst part was for me, the property was an Airbnb unit that I had. It was an Airbnb unit that I had that literally every second of the day, I'm getting someone reaching out to me. Hey, this is down. Hey, this is down. I'm like, okay. Every time I get a call from the guest, I'm like, I already know what they're calling me about. But I'm grateful that the Lord has definitely fixed that AC unit, because all glory be to God. Okay, another person, AC. You see, there's a trend. There's a trend. Let me share my screen. Another person, AC went out 3 weeks after I bought it. There's a trend. There's a trend. There's a trend. Keep track of the trends. If you're buying a house, make sure you get an AC inspector. Someone said, did y'all get inspections? That's funny. Did y'all get inspections? Let me tell you something. Inspection reports, it depends on the inspector, because not all inspectors are made the same. Secondly, go with the inspector yourself so you can see with your own eyes what's going on with the property. And then also, not all things are picked up by inspectors. Some things are, that's why I said, like, certain things are really major. Like, some things are not picked up by the inspector, but the most important things that need to be addressed, plumbing issues. So hire a plumber, make sure they check the sewage line, make sure they see if there are any leakages or anything of that nature. Like, they need to do a thorough inspection on the plumbing of the property, the sewage and the plumbing. And then I would highly suggest that you hire an HVAC technician. And then, if you want to do a roof check, but typically, if the roof was recently installed, great. If the roof is 15 years or older, I would highly suggest that you have either them replace the roof before you purchase the home, or they give you some money on the sale of that home, closing costs, or lower the price of the home, which is something that I didn't do because I didn't know. And I only got like $5,000 off my property. My property was, when I purchased it, the property was about 15 years old around that time. And so the roof was never replaced. The HVAC was never replaced. The water heater was never replaced. And there was no negotiations on on my realtor's side, right? My realtor never negotiated. We only got $5,000 less than what the asking price of the property was. So imagine that. Imagine that. If you don't know what you're doing, if you don't know what you're talking about, if you have no idea about real estate, you will not know that $5,000 is nothing compared to old HVAC, old roofing, old water heater. Those are expensive changes. Oh, and an electrician too. Hire an electrician to make sure that everything is sound. You're going to find out in a little bit. Oh, look, it shows up right here. Electric panel. Electric panel definitely was a crazy one. Okay, they didn't say it, but somebody said it. An electric panel was a crazy one. AC unit gave out in the middle of the hottest month of the summer. And you know what? The worst part is, it always goes out at the worst moment. The worst timing. The AC chooses to go out at a time that is just the worst. For some reason, the AC wants to go out when everything is hot. Okay, it is the hottest day. The day that it was the hottest day of the summer was when the AC said, you know what, I think today is the best day for me to stop working. So somebody says, AC, you see the pattern. AC unit caught fire. This was worse. AC unit caught fire due to incorrect power from the electrical panel. Brand new house, and it was the hottest week of the summer. Brand new house. Y'all, hire an HVAC technician, hire an electrician, hire a plumber. These are important inspections to make, and it's going to be expensive on the front end, but in the back end, you're saving yourself tens of thousands of dollars, because a whole AC unit catching on fire, that's at least $10,000 to replace that, at least, at minimum, and that's the low end. So at least that's the low end, right? $10,000 just to replace that. A new roof, and roofs are not cheap. $15,000-$16,000 alone, depending on the size of your home. Someone said 3 days after moving in, my roof started leaking. Makes me question, what did the inspector do? Did the inspector go up to the roof to see what was going up on the roof? These are things, and also, when you get your inspection report, matter of fact, I would not even just say get your inspection report. Go with the inspector to do the inspection. Ask them, hey, how's the roof looking? Can you tell me if this roof needs to be replaced? If I can get it, what can be done about this roof? Does it need to be replaced? Oops, sounds like it's about to rain. Ask for the HVAC. Ask for all the expensive things. What are the expensive things that you need to pay attention to? The roof, electrical panel, HVAC, and water heater. Those are the 4 major things. And I probably need to address that in my book. The 4 major things to pay attention to. Because everything else you want to make sure about the foundation as well. Foundation is crucial. Your foundation, foundation of your property is essential. You need to make sure that the foundation of your house is not cracked. There's no mold. There's no water damage. There are no termites. These are things that you need to make sure that when you get your inspection report, that these are okay. There's nothing wrong with these things when you get your inspection report. Someone said, girl, let me tell you, they rerouted the AC drain to... Now this is horrible. I remember reading this. They rerouted the AC drain to the wall, and we had a slow leak that flooded the living room. Then 6 months later, the house burned up. So I said, oh my gosh, Regina, I'd sue the sellers. That's horrible. Did the inspector not see this? And then Regina says, nope, they had the faulty electrical plugs covered with cat covers, and the blank ones, I think because they weren't running the AC, the inspector was hot and ready to go. And then I said, yes, please, you can use this information and take it to the commission. Please, this was definitely a failure to disclose, and that is illegal. That is very illegal. If there's something wrong, and same thing with my house. When I purchased my home, the plumbing was not, the sewage line was not correctly connected. And so I had to fork up about $6,000, if not more than that, to fix up the sewage line. And there's no way the sellers didn't already know about this. But it's been many years now. The statute of limitation has already exceeded, and it's been many years now. But I would highly advise anyone, if you purchase a home and that home has clear defects that were not mentioned prior to purchasing that home, you can sue the seller. I say all this to say, if you're buying a house and you have no idea where to start, you have no idea what to look for, I suggest subscribe to this channel, because this channel is giving you all the tea that you need to know. There's too much information out there that is all convoluted, all over the place. And I have it in one place. I have it in my book. It's in the link in the bio. I want to say thank you so much for watching this video. If you stayed till the end, I appreciate you. I love you. Remember, God loves you even more. If you have not subscribed yet, what are you doing? Get to it. Okay, I'm just kidding. But yeah, please subscribe and share this with anyone that you know is ready to buy, is ready to shop for a home.